Louisville, what happened?
The battle
Hey,
of mid, the battle of mid QBs happened. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally
I mean,
kidding.
you ain't wrong. That was rough. But Larry did look like he knew what he was doing outside of one drive. My
That
God,
game, that game was a little weird.
that was
I
something.
feel like, don't you feel like we had the ball like the majority of the first half?
Y'all dominated time of possession that entire game. To be honest, it was just the big plays that what won it for Kentucky. But I wanted to point this out before we get any further. There was 5 of us on this show last week, and I think 5 of us the week before, and I had to listen to all these Louisville fans talking shit to me all the time on the podcast, off the podcast. Shout out to Moe for being the one trooper to stick in with it.
The one, fair, not fair weather, but unbiased, most unbiased, maybe
Yeah.
I'd say.
So unfortunately, I'm not going to go in too far because nobody showed up.
I knew what it was, and I knew what it wasn't. I knew this was a toss-up game.
Yeah. Even my cousin Jimmy, we brought him on the show. He picks Kentucky to lose.
Yeah,
Diehard Kentucky fan picks us to lose.
that was a little wild
I did
and
not
funny.
expect it, but
No resistance either. No resistance to
none. Just
yeah.
straight. They thought we were going to get killed. And then we got Perkins who didn't want to be on. We got Tyrone didn't want to come back, and Dakota's sick. I'll give him a pass, but yeah.
Alabama by 1,000.
Phew. But anyways, getting to the game, I thought Louisville was going to run away with it when y'all got up 10, and then that kickoff return immediately happened.
Sucked the
But
air out of the stadium.
it wasn't over yet, though. Y'all went right back down, methodically drove down the field, scored again. Kentucky gets the ball back. What was it like? I don't know. We were down 10. I forgot the score. 2 plays. Go right back down to score again. 2 wheel routes in a row. Ray Davis caught a touchdown. Didn't have that one on my bingo card.
That would have been a nice little parlay hit too. I seen
Oh,
that
yeah.
was paying out crazy when some people sent that ticket in.
Yeah. Then, yeah, we're up 3, and Jordan broke one for about 10 yards and got it punched out. J.J. Weaver falls on it.
He had a hell of a fucking game. I heard his name all game.
Man,
Like from that when he punched the ball out until the end of the game, I feel like I heard his name like every other drive or every drive damn near.
yeah. Whenever that happened, I was at the game with
Mhm.
Dakota. Whenever that fumble happened, you can just feel everybody getting uneasy. They stopped showing highlights on the big screen. It was everybody seemed a little nervous, and then Kentucky goes and I think he kicked the field goal to tie the game. But immediately after that, the drive right after, I think Plummer rolled out trying to pick up some yards, carrying the ball like a loaf of bread, and then
Who punched it out? I can't remember who punched it out.
Derek Jackson put his helmet on the ball, knocked it out, and who was there? J.J. Weaver. I thought we were going to have a scoop and score. I sounded like I was having a stroke in the stands whenever that ball squirted out. All I got out was, yeah, it was bad.
I honestly thought the ball was gonna go out of bounds, so because that's how close he was to being out of bounds anyway. But damn.
What was that? I'm sorry, wife's checking in on me. I'm good. I promise. But
She thought you were having a stroke on the pod.
yeah. But anyways, the he knocked the ball out. Stadium was dead silent. You can hear a pin drop. And I'm pretty sure this was Ray Davis's first rushing touchdown where he was looking for Jack Harlow.
Oh yeah. And Jack gave him the bird. Did Jack give him the bird that time, or was that the second
It
time?
was the second time, but there's a clip going around on Twitter of him saying, "Where's Jack?" when he's running down the end zone. Then Louisville goes down. I think they went and tied it up right after.
Trust me, this is a game I try not to. I ain't trying to remember it. It may have happened.
It was everything was going in slow motion. Those TV timeouts were killing me. But I think y'all went right back down and scored. I think. This part is where I start losing a little bit because the TV timeouts just kept rolling in.
Yeah, the game lasted a little longer than some of the other 12 o'clock games.
Yeah.
Did we? Oh, I remember y'all scored. Did we come back and score that drive? Because I don't remember anybody punting. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't remember a single punt.
No. I think I went back down and scored because I think there was
we
only
had to have.
Yeah.
I just can't remember who it was. Was it Huggins?
It's either him or
It had to be Huggins that scored. Went back down and scored.
Yep. And then Kentucky got the ball back. I think they went back down and scored. And that's when Ray Davis was looking for or found Jack Harlow and was throwing L's down on his face. He'll love to see it. But Louisville's last drive, there was about minute 8 when it started. The only reason I remember this so vividly because it seemed like every time you look up, there was somebody walking on the field signaling for a TV timeout. So I was getting nervous because y'all were doing like short dump offs, but they were getting 5 or 6 yards.
Yeah, big chance.
And for some reason, Kentucky kept kicking the ball short because their coverage was awful, and I guess they weren't trying to give up a touchdown on a kick return. But they were kicking the ball like on kickoffs, like it felt like forever up in the air, and it would fall at like the 20 every time.
Yeah, and you try not to get Isaac Garrindo open lanes because he was.
Yeah, that dude is fast.
I feel like one he could have had. Hope if that was Jordan, one of them might have been a touchdown.
Yep.
Isaac Garrindo's just a little bit slower than Jordan, so.
But L drove up the field, but it was eating clock because they weren't really getting out of bounds, so they had to use all 3 timeouts. Last play of the game, ball was in the air. Dakota's already heading down, heading out. Then I was watching him after they called for it. It was intercepted. This man took off. Left me just watching the game, and I'm like, "Well, we won." Everybody in my section were just rolled the hell out of there.
Where was Tyrone at?
He was in a different section.
Oh, damn.
He went from being real active in another group chat to real quiet. But absolutely hostile environment. It was fun. Easily probably the funnest football game I've ever been to in person. Even
a lot more competitive. This one was a lot more competitive than the other ones have been. Usually we would be walking in here with no chance, or Louisville literally have no chance.
Yeah. I was at the game 2 years ago when Will Levis had his 4 rushing touchdowns, and that one was fun. But at the end of it, when it's just you and 1,000 Kentucky fans in a 50,000 seat stadium, it's not as fun.
It was over a long time ago.
Yeah. Like everybody was rolling out in the third quarter.
Yeah.
But this one was different. This one meant a lot more to both teams. Before we get into this next game, if Kentucky loses this game, they may not have Mark Stoops. His Stoops was out partying, celebrating the game when this Texas A&M stuff was coming out, saying that he was all but signed.
Yeah, I thought that was legit.
It was. It
I
was
thought he was going. I
100%.
thought he was going. I thought he was going. Like,
Yep. He was for about 2 hours. Stoops decided to meet with his staff and meet with people and turn it down. At the same time, the boosters from A&M were doing the same thing, trying to stop this from happening, which doesn't really make any sense from Texas A&M because, let's be honest, Kentucky football is not a good place to be winning a lot of games at. And you're not going to be set up as much for success at Kentucky as you would be Texas A&M, like money-wise. So that pony up statement would really be a thing there. But Kentucky has more wins in the SEC since 2017 than A&M does, and sent that in our group chat.
in the SEC, or are they in the SEC? Yeah, they are in the SEC, which is wild.
Yep. Kentucky has
Something to think
54.
about.
Kentucky has 54 SEC wins since 2017. And A&M has they had the audacity to say he's not good enough to come there. But I'm not upset. I'm glad we still got him. It would be a really tough rebuild if he did leave. But if Louisville beats him, he's gonna get ran out. He would have got ran out of town the way this year went. Honestly,
I can see that. I can see that. Because
so,
I think a lot of people had that Mizzou game chalked up as a W. That I
Tennessee,
think the Tennessee game chalked up as a W.
and then South Carolina too.
Oh yeah, that one. Oh, the other two you can kind of understand, but that one, yeah, that one was
Yeah, this
that one
basically
was a little rough.
it saved the season to an extent, but still a little bit of a letdown. But our preseason picks, we were almost dead on it. We both basically picked Louisville to have 9 wins. They exceeded that expectation, got 10. We both picked Kentucky to win the final game. That happened. I had Kentucky going 8-4. You had them about the same, potentially 9 wins too. We missed that one by a game, but we still got a bowl game, so chance we can still both be right. Didn't miss it by too much.
No.
We did miss on how bad Devin Leary really was.
I don't know about that.
And then same with Plummer, just bum.
I think after the second game, I was kind of like, he's not that good.
No.
I think Brom likes statuesque pocket passers.
Yeah. It's just that's going to be hell's Achilles heel going into the Florida State game. We'll get into that later. But besides that, how we doing, Mo? A whole lot better.
That's so great.
A whole lot better than what Ohio State fans are feeling right now.
Oh yeah.
I
mean, who's their daddy?
Michigan right now, 3 straight. And this game was back and forth, but you never really felt like Michigan was going to lose this game just because of Ohio State's quarterback, who's not it.
He's not good. Maserati Marv.
Yeah, that dude their quarterback would be bagging groceries if it wasn't for him.
Is it safe to say he's probably the greatest college player this year? Perhaps, maybe. No,
I'm gonna give that to Jaden Daniels.
I'm not mad at it.
But yeah, this game was back and forth almost the entire way, and until some key mistakes. There was Ohio State's quarterback. I forgot his name. Had an interception to start the game off. They got him behind, and then he had one to end the game. So
killer.
Mm-hmm.
You would think they would have been able to beat Michigan without Harbaugh, but Ryan Day, man. Now you got to start to wonder if it's more him than the players, because you've had Justin Fields and you've had C.J. Stroud at QB.
If they had either of those two guys, though, I think they win this game.
Oh, for sure. Especially CJ.
Yeah. This is the best they've looked in this matchup, though, the last couple of years, if we're being honest.
Yeah, because
quarterback play killed them.
Last year, they lost by like 2 touchdowns. The year before that, I don't think it was close.
Yep. Speaking of close games, though, Alabama survives at Auburn.
Oh, my God.
They should have lost this game 3 different times. That punt that was fumbled, which led to a bad sack that Milroe took, and then just throws an absolute, it is what it is, to the back corner of the end zone.
Hail Mary. That was a fucking, I don't care. That was a Hail Mary in the back of the end zone. I don't know how he got that off. I don't know how he caught it. I was literally watching War Games, like, because it had just came on.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Alabama's going to lose that game. I was like, it's over. I looked back down. At first, I had seen that it looked like Auburn had like fumbled or something like that. But either it was they fumbled it, and it looked like Alabama returned it for a touchdown. And I thought, oh shit, I covered the spread because I picked the Alabama spread. It was like 13.
Yep.
But I had just seen that they had just won the game outright, 27-24. I was amazed.
Right.
Saint Nick pulled it off.
They should not have won this game.
No, they shouldn't have.
They would have lost to a team that had just lost to New Mexico State.
Hey, you got to give Milroe credit too, because he started off the year badly.
Yep.
So the amount of improvement that he showed within the season, kudos to him.
Absolutely. Another team that survived the weekend. Washington beating Washington State 24-22. Am I reading that right? I think so. Yep.
Yeah, it was a pretty close game. I picked the over on this because I thought it was going to be high scoring. I thought it was going to be a high scoring game.
No, well,
no.
Yeah.
And they just renewed their contract to keep this to keep the rivalry going.
Yeah. That's good. College football needs this. I know everybody's moving to different conferences, but we need to keep some rivalries alive.
Yeah, this is one of them. This is definitely one of them. Excuse me.
But yeah, absolutely fun game to watch. I kept thinking that Washington was going to pull away, but it just never happened.
Yeah, Washington State's QB is pretty good. Surprisingly, I didn't. Or it's pretty decent. I didn't think that by looking at their record, but I did see like 2 weeks ago they had blown out Colorado State.
Yeah, they were ranked a couple times this year and just fell apart down the stretch. Typical Pac-12 schedule. That schedule's tough. Everybody in the Pac-12 is good top to bottom. That was probably the best conference all year. Like the SEC and Big Ten are real top heavy, but the Pac-12 this is the best they've ever looked. And sadly, that ends this weekend.
Yep, super conferences. Here we come.
Yep. Last game we're going to recap. Georgia survived Georgia Tech. Did not see this one coming. This wasn't on my bingo card.
I think we all said Georgia by 1,000.
Yeah, this is the best Georgia Tech has looked in a while, and they were just barely bowl eligible.
So we get a little bit of leeway for us barely beating them at the beginning of the year at a neutral site. So neutral site supposedly.
Yeah, that's fair. I thought they were going to be trash, but they were all right.
They definitely played tough.
But now on to these college football playoff rankings that just dropped a few hours ago.
And Oregon absolutely taking Oregon State to the shed.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I didn't want to bring that one up because that was just ugly.
Yeah.
That was the only one that covered.
I thought Oregon State would make that a little closer, but
yeah. Fortunately, they didn't, and now their head coach is probably on the way out.
Michigan State, baby.
Yeah. College football playoff rankings. We'll go over the top few here. Georgia number 1, no surprise. Michigan number 2, also no surprise. Washington is now at number 3. Florida State at number 4. Oregon with the first team with 1 loss, and then Ohio State, Texas, Alabama. Whole lot has to go right now for Alabama to make it in, even if they do win. Just crazy to think.
Yeah, see, the problem I have is, okay, Washington loses to Oregon. Does Oregon slide up to 4, even though FSU is undefeated? Because of strength of, or not even strength of schedule, but, well, yeah, strength of schedule.
I have a hard time thinking that they'll have a undefeated team outside of somebody who's like a group of 5 team like Liberty. But I think if Louisville beats Florida State, there's no way in hell that Florida State's getting in.
Yeah, no, they're not getting in. I don't think they're getting in.
So they have to win or they're out. Washington, big question mark there because they're going to need a couple of things to go right because I don't think they're winning this weekend.
I don't think so either. I think it's hard to win two times in a row against an opponent that you've already played, and I feel like Bo Nix is playing out of his mind.
If if Georgia loses this weekend, there is a chance that they don't even make it either. So you'll have 3 undefeated teams, and if Oregon or if Texas wins, you would have lost to the team that lost to Texas. So then they're in.
Ooh.
You can't have Texas winning and then have Alabama over them because they lost
over Texas. Yeah. Man, look, that's why they should have just expanded it to 6, man.
They should have just go straight to 12. This has been the perfect year for 12.
Go to 12. Yeah,
because you'll have Missouri, Ole Miss, Penn State, and Oklahoma in it as of right now.
They're gonna have some fucking tough decisions to make after this weekend.
Yeah,
and I do not envy them.
No. To go over the last bit of the, so we covered the top 10. We got Missouri, or not Missouri, Ole Miss at 11, Oklahoma at 12, LSU at 13, being the first 3-loss team. Louisville, a 2-loss team, is underneath LSU. Arizona
that's on a scorcher.
That team got hot and stayed hot for the last half of the season. Didn't move up anywhere though. They stayed at 15. Iowa continued to win even in the ugliest games I've ever seen in my life. They're at 16.
Great defense.
Notre Dame. Yeah. Notre Dame coming off that win versus Stanford. They're at 17. I think they're way overrated, but it is what it is.
It is what it is, man.
Oklahoma State at 18. NC State at 19. Oregon State at 20. Tennessee at 21. This last half, Tulane at 20.
Baby.
Yep. And then 23, Clemson. 24, Liberty. And 25, Kansas State. This last half, if Tulane wins, they're in a New Year's 6, but if they lose, Liberty's in.
I'm kind of upset that James Madison's not in here, but
they're not eligible to be in the playoff. That's the only reason why. Or be in a New Year's 6. They're both eligible, but they won't be in anything big.
I just meant that they're not in the top 25. I might have put them in over Kansas State.
Yeah, for sure. I would have put them. Honestly, if the committee really wanted to go crazy, put Liberty in the top 4 if somebody loses. Since they're undefeated.
That'd be Oh my goodness. You talking about chaos.
Yeah,
You trying to cause chaos.
that's what I want. They didn't lose a game. Put them in it.
That's how they go off. That's how they went off pass work. Undefeated. Hey, you top, you know,
Yep.
top 4, top 5.
So on to the games this week. Kind of went over them a little bit, but first off on Friday we had 2 games. We have the Conference USA Championship and the Pac-12. First off, we'll go over the Conference USA Championship game. You have New Mexico State. Liberty is favored by 10 points. Let me go over some stats here before we get into it. New Mexico State started off the year rough. Their first 5 games, they had 3 losses to some pretty awful teams. UMass, Hawaii. Their one good loss is Liberty. Liberty has obviously not lost a single game. Liberty has a quarterback who is 29-5, touchdown interception ratio. Yeah, New Mexico State similar, 23-8. Liberty has, or their running back Cooley has 1,251 yards rushing, where New Mexico State's leading rusher has 806 with 5 touchdowns. Cooley has 13.
They have to run they must run a spread offense because that is
It's a lot of
insane.
yards. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take Liberty and the spread, even though New Mexico State is on fire. This Liberty team is special. As long as their coach doesn't leave between now and Friday, I think they can cover the spread.
You know what? Something about you talking about New Mexico State been on the run the last couple games. I think they keep it close. I don't think Liberty covers the spread. I think Liberty wins. I don't think they cover the spread though. I think 10 might be a little too high.
Yeah. Let me check. Let me check the over under on here. The total is 55 and a half. So I guess they're expecting some points here. But
I think I actually might. I think I would probably take that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
yeah, I might steer clear because Liberty can turn it on. Or turn on defense there. But anyways, Pac-12 championship. We got Oregon versus Washington in the final Pac-12 championship. As of now, there's only 2 teams that's going to be in it next year. Might be some mergers, but as of right now, this is going to be the end of it. But before we get into it, we get to some stats. Bo Nix, almost 4,000 yards passing. He has 3,906 with 37 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
NFL numbers.
Yeah. Speaking of NFL numbers, Michael Penix, 38.99 with 32 and 8. This is going to be a quarterback duel for the ages.
Game of the week.
Game of the week. The total for this is 66.5 with Oregon and a 9.5 point spread. Fucking avoid that one at all cost. But definitely hit the over in this because this is going to be a shootout.
It's definitely gonna be a shootout. I know Washington's defense is trash. Oregon's defense is not trash, but Washington still manages to put points up on them. So I don't, like he said, take the hope, hammer the over.
Be a whole lot of points in this.
If not, then something is terribly wrong.
Right. Next game, we got Oklahoma State versus the Texas Longhorns. This is the last time we'll see the Longhorns in the Big 12. We're pretty close to getting Oklahoma versus Texas again, but I would have loved to see that, but it is what it is. Oklahoma State had to beat BYU, and they ended up doing that in double overtime last week. But quick stats. Going to go over the quarterbacks here. Bowman for OK State has 2,808 yards, 10 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Dear God, that's bad.
Yikes.
Quinn Ewers, 17-5, 2,709 passing yards. And
he's missed time. He's had to have missed time.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He missed a few games. But the big bright spot for OK State, they have the best running back in the nation. Gordon, he has 20 touchdowns and 1,500 yards. Dude is a stud.
What is it with Oklahoma State and like great running backs?
I have no idea. I guess
that's like a legacy thing with them, like since the 80s.
Them and Auburn, just legendary running backs. But anyways, Texas is favored by 14.5. The total points is 55.5, and yeah, I would probably just take money line on this one. There's no telling how good OK State's going to be. Sometimes they look great, sometimes they look awful, and it's all dependent on that quarterback play.
For some reason, I feel like there's an upset coming. Like a big F you to Texas since y'all are, leaving to the SEC. But that quarterback, though, the 10 touchdowns to 11 picks, you're not going to win like that.
And so we thought our quarterbacks at Louisville, Kentucky were bad. This dude is bad.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking bad. So, yeah, I'm definitely just taking Texas and staying on the money line.
Yeah. Next, we have the MAC championship. We have Miami, Ohio versus Toledo. Miami, Ohio, their quarterback is 14 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 1,600 passing yards. Their Toledo's quarterback, their offense is pretty explosive. Has 2,300 passing yards, 21 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Dude is a stud. For anyone listening in, yes, we based this mostly off how the quarterbacks play because this is college ball. NFL, you have a bum at quarterback and still win games.
That is a fact.
But, yeah, this is setting up to be a pretty good one. Miami is 10-2. Toledo is 11-1. Toledo is favored by 7.5. The total points is 44.5.
I think the one game I picked Miami, Ohio to win, I think they lost.
You picked one of the two?
Yeah, I think I picked one of the two and they lost.
Are you recording?
Surprisingly.
You said you were done.
So I'll probably lean with Toledo this game. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hadn't watched a single game from neither one of these teams.
Yeah,
this is just a shot in the dark for me. I'm picking Toledo.
That's a good pick though. Their only loss was to Illinois to start the season, and they only lost by 2.
That might have just been a field game.
Yeah,
because Illinois is terrible.
I'm thinking about picking Miami in this one just because they already played Toledo earlier this season. They lost 21-17.
Oh, look at it close. It's a close game. So why you said the spread was 7?
Yeah, it's 7.5. It's because Toledo got hot. And then Miami's other loss was to Miami, Florida, The first game of the season, they lost 38-3.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah. This one was honestly a money line game. I'd take Toledo. Next we have Boise State versus UNLV for the Mountain West Championship. UNLV took a bad loss last week to San Jose State. They lost 37-31.
Is it bad though? Because I seen that San Jose State. I think they went on like a 3-game win streak, like right before that game, because they beat
They're on
somebody. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. They were on a 6-game win streak.
Yeah, they beat somebody pretty tough in that stretch.
Yeah, they beat Fresno State. They beat Fresno State like a drum, and Fresno State's a solid team. They also beat San Diego State, and they're solid too.
I think it was a Fresno State because I think I picked Fresno State to win that game, and I was shocked when I'm like, what?
Yeah, Fresno State should be in this game, but fell apart down the stretch.
Yeah, fell apart at the wrong time.
But Boise State is favored by 2 points. The total is 58.5. Honestly, I would just take. This is another one of those money line games. Boise State
money line.
Yeah, for sure.
Boise State money line.
Boise State money line. They've won 4 of their last 5. And UNLV just looked like they were asleep for about 3 quarters versus San Jose. I guess they were looking forward to this game. But yeah, this Mountain West Championship game, you're usually going to see Boise State in it. Glad back in it.
Blue turf, baby.
But next we have a game we had potential to have game of the week, but we went to Washington, Oregon. The SEC Championship, Georgia versus Alabama. Alabama is 6-point dogs, and the total is 54.5.
This is one of those ones that's hard to pick. Does Saint Nick get back?
I'm definitely hitting that over, though.
Can he pull it off?
I don't think so. Not with Milroe, but I think they could put enough points up to make it competitive. I'm hitting money line and hitting the over.
Money line Georgia over.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go the opposite. I'm gonna do Georgia money line, or Alabama money line.
You're hitting the under?
No, I'm gonna hit the over. I just wanted to pick Georgia. I'm gonna pick Alabama money line.
Next we have your Tulane Green Wave versus the SMU Mustangs. Both undefeated in conference play. SMU with 2 losses, Tulane with 1 to Ole Miss. Who did SMU lose to? They lost to Oklahoma and TCU. I don't know if that TCU wins all that good or losses all that good anymore.
Yeah, I think TCU's still trash. But you said Oklahoma. What was how bad was the Oklahoma one? It was probably close.
Somewhat. It was 28-11.
That's not bad.
17 points. It's not that bad. But got 2 different styles of offense here. SMU loves to throw the ball around. Stone, their quarterback, has 3,100 passing yards, 28 touchdowns, 6 interceptions.
Excellent.
Yes, he is. Might see him at the next level, or he might be a system quarterback. Ain't no telling. But Pratt for Tulane has 2,100 passing yards, 21 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Also elite numbers, not as much yards.
He missed. How many games? He missed like 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, he would probably have pretty similar numbers to Stone.
Yeah,
but
because he for sure. I remember he for sure missed that Ole Miss game, and that's if he. I think if he wouldn't have missed that game, they would have at least covered the spread on that game.
Yeah, ESPN's matchup predictor is not giving Tulane a shot in hell in this game. For some reason,
Can you blame them? Hey, I can't. I cannot blame them. They have been playing very, very close games all year. Like if you pick them to cover the spread, you want to lose every time.
Yeah.
Besides last week, I think.
Yeah, their matchup predictors giving SMU 72.5 chance of winning.
Damn.
Yeah, with Tulane 27.5. That's insane. But SMU is still 4-point dogs according to Vegas, and this is the one I'm definitely hammering the over on. It's 47.5.
Yeah, I think they're. I do. Yeah, I think they're gonna put up points.
Yeah, that's.
But this is. I think this is legit. A legit pick 'em. I don't really think. I don't really think there's. I personally don't think there's a favorite in this game, just because I've watched SMU play and I've watched Tulane play, and I think they play. I don't want to say they play similar, but it's like their styles can be like meshed.
Yeah, the 47.5 points is super low for how many points are going to be put up in that game. But yeah,
surprisingly, I'm going SMU.
That's
surprisingly, I'm going SMU.
Yep, been watching SMU the last few weeks. That offense is electric. I'm taking them.
Yeah, plus I feel like you can only get away with winning how Tulane has won, kind of like how Louisville has won. You can only win like that so many times. I think this is the time they lose.
Yeah. So
hopefully I'm wrong.
you might. There's some crazier things happen. But next we got Appalachian State versus the Troy Trojans for the Sun Belt Conference Championship. Both of these teams have, Troy's been on top most of the year. They only have 2 losses. Those 2 losses coming to Kansas State and James Madison, where App State caught absolute fire the last half of the year.
Got that dub against James Madison.
Yep. They won their last 5 games. Their 4 losses are to Old Dominion, Coastal Carolina, Go Chance. Wyoming, and North Carolina. That game went into double overtime.
Okay. Wasn't Troy's head coach getting other coaching offers? Or he was rumored to other jobs?
He was going to go to Kentucky if Stoops was leaving.
Oh.
John Summerall, their head coach, coached at Kentucky for a while and then got hired on at Troy. So, yeah, they already had a plan in place. If Stoops ever gets hired, that's who they're going to call.
Oh, okay.
But Troy is a very, very solid team. Their quarterback, Watson, has 3,100 passing yards, 26 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. App State, pretty much the same thing. A little more touchdowns, though. 3,200, 33 and 9.
Okay.
The spread is 6.5. Troy's favored, and the point total 52.5. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know about that total because Troy plays really solid defense, and but both teams can be absolutely electric. So it's kind of tough. But I'm definitely going to take Troy with the spread.
I think I'm in the same boat. But isn't it crazy how Appalachian State is still good even after Satterfield left?
Yeah, he turned that program around for sure, and then just hasn't done shit since.
Yeah, so I'm starting to think maybe he got a little bit more hype than he should have gotten.
I don't ever left.
Yeah, running Cincinnati into the ground. We thank you. Us Louisville fans thank you a lot.
Yeah, but next we got the Big Ten championship game between the Michigan Wolverines and the Iowa Hawkeyes. a juggernaut team versus a team that can't score. The spread's 23.5. The point total is 35.5. Do not bet the money line on this. You will lose money if you pick Michigan. Oh my goodness. There's not much to say about this one. It's just if you love ugly football, you're gonna love this
It's
game.
gonna be ugly. Yeah, it's gonna be ugly.
I'm gonna take. I'm not gonna touch the spread because Iowa's defense is that good, but I'm definitely taking the under.
What is the under now? What's the under with this game? What you
35
said
and
the
a
under
half.
was?
35 and a half.
35. Okay. Yeah, it might be like a 21 to nothing or something like that. But
Yeah, I was
it's
getting shut out.
Michigan. Yeah. Michigan. Have you seen the interviews with JJ? He's trying not to say that or is his name JJ?
JJ McCarthy. Yeah.
Cade McNamara. Is it Cade McNamara? He used to play for Michigan last year
Yeah.
and transferred. He will not say Michigan anything. Like he just doesn't acknowledge that team. And a whole bunch of Michigan fans are just like butthurt about it.
They're probably like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you got a better quarterback, bro. Why are y'all complaining about?
Right. We're going obviously Michigan on that game.
Yes. Yes. They even is Harbaugh back or is that
Yeah, he's back for this game, which is gonna be delicious when he wins this championship game and the commissioner, after putting him on suspension, has to hand that trophy to him. It's gonna be nasty. It's gonna be great too. Get your cameras ready. But last game, we got the Louisville Cardinals versus the Florida State Seminoles. It's only a 2.5-point spread, and the total is 48.5. This is I don't know how this one's gonna go if I'm being honest.
I don't either, and that's because I don't know this. The Louisville defense has been atrocious the last couple games. At the
Yeah,
wrong time. At the wrong time.
yeah. They allowed after giving up a combined 3 points against Virginia Tech and Duke. They allowed Virginia to score 24, Miami to score 31, and then Kentucky 38. Just getting
Over 300
exposed out.
yards. Yeah, over 300 yards passing from all those games. Like, I don't. Yeah.
But bright spot for you all. Florida State is using a backup quarterback because Jordan Travis obviously broke his leg. Hate to see it, but it is what it is. They seemed to struggle a little bit in the first half against Florida. It looked like Florida was going to pull that one out, but Florida just stopped scoring once they got to 15. They ended up winning that game 24-15. If y'all can get Jordan going, I think y'all can win this, but I'm still going to take Florida State. Once they get that backup quarterback into a rhythm, I think that might be the end of it. But I'm also going to take that spread and the over since it's only 48.5. I think there's going to be a pretty good amount of points scored here.
I'll for sure take the over. I just don't know. I'm conflicted. This game has got me conflicted. uh, my brain is like just take Florida, but my heart's like, man, I think Louisville can do it.
Yeah, but if y'all win, ACC commissioner's gonna be pretty pissed off at you.
Fuck it.
That and the Kentucky fan trash talk's just gonna get even worse.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Man, fuck it. Give me Louisville.
Alrighty. We're gonna end the show on our locks.
And this is tough. This week is a little tougher.
Easy for me. I'm gonna take the easy route. I'm gonna take the Michigan Iowa under 35.5. Iowa can't score to save their life, and I'm gonna take Georgia. I think Milroe. Your time's up, buddy.
Yeah.
Time is up. You running out on the field saying, "Give me the Heisman Trophy," buddy. You're about to get that Heisman shoved straight up your ass this week. Running into a buzzsaw in that Georgia defense. I really, really want somebody to record Kirby's speech before the game. I don't know if you saw them on TikTok. They are legendary.
No, I hadn't seen them.
If you do, don't run through any walls.
Oh, I think my locks are going to be Liberty for sure. Money line.
Yeah.
And I'm going SMU money line.
Oh, okay. You'll take a risk game.
Yeah.
I know we said we're going to do 4. Let's throw a 5th one in. You think Oregon can win this game?
Yes. Yeah, I do. I do think so.
There's our 5th. So we got there's our 5 locks.
Yeah.
Sorry if y'all were expecting some banter from Dakota. He's not here. He's sick at the hospital.
If he left during the game, I don't think he was going to give you any banner today anyway.
No. But either way, make sure you follow us on everywhere you do social media at Cheap Pop Productions. With that being said, go Cats. Let down of a season, but bowl game on the way. And it's Hook signing out.
L1C4, go Cards, beat FSU. Don't turn the fucking ball over, Plummer. This is Moe signing out. God damn.